Amid much speculation and controversies, the Indian T20I team for the Caribbean series was finally announced 48 hours back after Ajit Agarkar took over as the new chairman of selectors. While the Indian T20 squad was on predicted lines, there were a few non-selections that made news. Another thing, we were expecting the national selectors would give some clarity on a few issues, but that has not happened. To discuss all of this and more, we have with us a very special panel. First, let me just introduce them to you. We have a former Indian cricketer and selector Devang Gandhi joining us at this point in time. We
Hi.
also have with us Mr. Sunil Taneja joining us, who's the voice of Indian sports in a way, joining us at this point of time on India.com cricket country. It is a privilege to have both of you on our panel today. Thank you for joining us. Uh,
Thanks,
Without
Ankit.
wasting any time, let me just get started. So, Devang, you see, you've been a selector yourself. This was pretty baffling for me to see Rinku Singh's name not there. I mean, Tilak Verma was preferred over Rinku Singh. I'll put the straight question straight to you. Do you think had do you think Rinku Singh is not in the right franchisee, whereas Tilak Verma is? You know what I'm trying to hint over here. Devang Gandhi, opening remarks.
See, first and foremost, you have to understand that selection is a process of elimination. There's always, you'll feel that somebody has been left out. But if you look at it realistically, see, India from now till the World Cup are going to play about close to 15 to 16 T20s. Plus, you're going to have IPL, right, next season. So there's enough time for players to be tried out. He may have missed out, but I'm sure selectors must have discussed him. And I don't think there is any reason for him to lose heart. I'll give you a very good example of Mayank Agarwal. I think he should be an inspiration to all the domestic cricketers. Back to back two seasons, he's scored more than 2,000 runs. He literally, barged his way into the Indian team. I think that's the way it should be. And more importantly, as a selector, I always felt that how the players are reacting after non-selection. Is he willing to show that resolve? Is he willing to fight even further? If this performance was not enough, can I do better and walk my way into the team? I think that should be the way Rinku
Devang,
should
one
proceed
over
rather.
here. What else can Rinku do? One, the Indian side is looking for a bona fide finisher after MS Dhoni. Don't you think? I mean, this sends the wrong signal to the young guy. I mean, why on earth did Tilak Verma get picked over Rinku Singh over here? Because I feel if Tilak Verma has to be picked, he has to play number 3 or 4. There is no other position he can play. He fits in. Whereas Rinku Singh has proved that he can handle pressure at the back end of the innings. So why not groom him from now? And that too, it being the series against West Indies, you have nothing to lose. So that is why I'm asking you this question, Devang, because you're probably the right person to answer this.
See, if you look at it, we have the West Indies series, and there, I don't know how many matches Tilak is going to get, right? Because they will definitely try out Sanju Samson in the middle. And I think the way Hardik and the team management is thinking, they will probably have a left right combination all through the batting order. Right. And also after this particular series, India is going to Ireland. So there will be enough opportunities. So, and why the selection committee has picked Tilak Verma over Rinku, I think they'll be able to throw more clarity on it. But it was, I don't think it's unfair. And maybe Rinku may feel that he has missed out, but there is always a scope for him to bounce back. And I'm sure he'll get his opportunities looking ahead.
Sunil, you heard Devang over here. He made a very good point where he said the only logic behind this could be that the team wants a left-right combination throughout the order. Do you agree with that, or you think something else? Something a foul play, or something of that sort happened? Sunil, what do you have to say about
Yeah,
this?
Ankit, I don't think there is even the F of a foul play here. It's just a matter of choices. Devang put it very, very nicely and rightly. Himself being a former selector and such a good cricketer himself, it's just a matter of choices. Because see, had they selected, say, Nitish Rana, had they selected someone else who is not in that great form as Tilak Verma or Rinku Singh is, we would have raised questions. But Tilak Verma at that number is equally good batsman. It's just a matter of choice. You may like Roshogulla and Devang may like Mishti Doi a little more. So it's not that you are right or Devang is wrong or Devang is right or you are
But
wrong. It's just a
surely,
matter of
Sunil,
choices.
Rosagolla wasn't preferred, right? Rosagolla wasn't preferred in this case.
I don't know if
Whereas,
Roshogulla
whereas
was.
I, whereas I honestly felt that was an
Yeah.
obvious choice. Very much of common sense. It was an obvious choice that Rinku Singh makes it, because with
See,
West Indies, Sunil, you see, he has. We don't have a lot to lose.
yeah.
All that can happen is Rinku Singh will gain. He'll be with the team environment. He'll understand what happens. You know what goes into playing matches and all of that. That will only benefit him. So I felt, I mean, and even as you pointed out, Sunil, over here, that Tilak Verma actually may not get a game, then why carry him there? I mean, when
No,
you
he may
think
get a
Rinku
game.
Singh is
See,
a better option,
Ankit, Tilak Verma will definitely get at least a couple of games, according to me, because we only have 6 or 7 batsmen. I mean, 7 including Akshar Patel, or the all-rounder and the Indian skipper. And we have 5 T20s to play there. So I'm sure everybody will get a chance. Yes, I agree with you on this point that against West Indies in even in ODIs and T20s, we don't have much to lose. I will also go on to say that we might have rested the skipper Hardik Pandya also, because West Indies is not in the in their greatest of the forms. We could have carried a lot more youngsters. Rested Hardik Pandya after the ODI series. Carried Rinku Singh also. Carried Ruturaj Gaikwad also. Groom someone like a Shubman Gill or a Sky for the future captains. Uh, but here, I think not picking Rinku or preferring your Tilak Verma over him is not even close to any foul play. It's just a matter of choices. And for Rinku Singh, I totally agree with Devang once again. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And all those conditions we are applying on Rinku Singh, that he might have got some exposure and all that. Same go with the Tilak Verma as well. He's only 19 or 20, and he has a bright future ahead of himself. So has Rinku Singh. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And Tilak Verma is not a bad choice at all.
no, absolutely not. I mean, no, nothing. I mean, nothing against Tilak Verma. It's only that I found the entire selection a little baffling after this guy wins you a match in the final over by hitting 5 sixes. Well, Sunil spoke about Hardik Pandya also could have been rested. Well, Devang, I want to ask you this question. You know, there were a lot of talks ahead of the T20 World Cup also last year, after the T20 World Cup also, that, you know, it's time that, you know, we look beyond Rohit Sharma, but there is no clarity as such that we got from the Indian board. Now, Hardik Pandya, he has been chipping in for Rohit Sharma whenever we have heard Rohit Sharma is rested. Hardik Pandya now becomes a full-time captain. Can we actually safely say that now, with Hardik Pandya leading the Indian side against West Indies in the Caribbean, we can safely say that he's the full-time T20 captain, and it is end of the road for Rohit Sharma in T20s?
See, there's no
Devang.
denying the fact that Hardik is being projected as the next captain in the white ball format, right? As far as T20 is concerned, to start with, and between now and World Cup, we have T20 World Cup. We have 1 more year, so a lot of cricket is going to be played, and you can't rule out a player of Rohit's stature because the kind of experience that he brings. Yeah, maybe he's going through a little bit of a lull, but he has the ability to bounce back. And that is the reason at this point in time, selectors are trying all the options that are available. And closer to the time, probably after IPL, we'll get to know the final formation of the pool of players that they're going to select from. So that is the reason I think the clarity that you are seeking, you're not getting it now. So that's the reason selectors are playing it very close to keeping their cards very close to their chest. And after IPL, we'll get a lot of clarity.
No, no. Selectors have been keeping everything very close to the chest, Devang, of course. But you know, the players also, they should get some clarity on what is what. I'm sure they have got, but
But
you know, we also as
Ankit,
stakeholders are looking for something. So
Ankit, knowing Rahul Dravid, knowing Ajit Agarkar, who's just become the chairman of selectors and the rest of the selection committee, there is a lot of good communication which happens between the players. And I'm sure that they have the clarity, which probably all of us are not aware of. The media is probably not aware of. And every communication that happens between selectors and players need not be communicated to the world. Right, but as far as communication goes, I think Rahul communicates with the players in a very open and in a very pragmatic fashion. So, as far as the clarity goes with regards to the players, they have it for sure.
Very recently, Sunil, very recently, Ravichandra, that now that Devang C speaks about the fact that things are absolutely rosy and everything is good in the dressing room. Few days back, an article came out on the Indian Express. They did an exclusive on it. It was on Ravichandran Ashwin coming out and spilling beans as to what happens inside the dressing room. So things are not exactly very good inside the dressing room. There is a lot of miscommunication. We can surely see there are factions in the Indian dressing room, which is actually not good, because we really do not want that to happen. We have not won ICC titles for already 10 years now, hoping we win the ODI World Cup. But Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, now I don't even know what to say. Have they been rested? Have they been dropped? Or is it end of the road for these guys in T20s? After this squad announcement, what do you make of it, Sunil?
See, as far as the Rohit and Virat are concerned, see, both of them have been openers in the IPL. And I think I will again go with Devang when he says that selectors are keeping all the options open. They are, yes, they're giving chance to a very well-deserved Yashasvi Jaiswal. Shubman Gill is the next big thing in Indian cricket, as we all can very safely assume. Ishan Kishan is there in the squad. So definitely with almost 1 year to go for the next T20 World Cup, selectors would like to have these youngsters in the T20 World Cup squad along with someone like a Ruturaj Gaikwad. But what if none of them performs or just one of them performs? They need options, and when you need options, suppose if a couple of youngsters are not performing according to the expectations, and the senior players also, they are blowing hot and blowing cold. I will definitely go with the senior player because the kind of experience Rohit or Virat will bring. So I don't think right now it's safe to assume that Rohit and this is the end of road for Rohit and Virat. Maybe they are being kept as options provided the
But
youngsters
for
do not
for for
perform.
better workload management, Sunil, for better workload management, isn't it best to give these guys clarity that, dude, listen, you guys are already 35, 36. In the next 2 or 3 years, we'll have a massive transition. I did not understand the logic behind making Ajinkya Rahane the test vice captain for this WTC cycle, because I don't see him playing beyond 2 more years. So it was best that if Rohit Sharma is anyways leading the side, why not have Shubman Gill as his deputy? The guy will also groom up, shape up. By the time Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, these guys leave, you already have a ready-made captain. So the logic was missing, Sunil. I'm sure you agree with that. We'll come to you, Sunil, but Devang wanted to make a quick point. I also
Ankit,
have a question for you, Devang.
first and foremost, I'll get back to the Ashwin issue. It's we are talking about Test match or T20. You have to understand that, and one stray incident can't necessarily define the dressing room scenario. I think there are five wise men who have
This
played
is not a
enough.
one-odd incident, Devang, over here. There have been so many rumors of
But
rifts between Virat
that's
Kohli, Rohit Sharma. There cannot be smoke without fire.
Yeah, but in a team you have differences. You will have differences. Everything can't be hunky dory. You in and also you have to bear in mind that India has reached finals. You don't reach finals every year by just having a very poor dressing room. Differences are bound to happen, but I think over a period of time that those are sorted. In I think it happens in families between husband and wife. And in a cricket team, definitely you're going to have somebody might say we want to field, somebody might say we want to bat. Compositions will the mindsets are different. So we have to take we can't expect an ideal world always, and you can't reach finals of all the big trophies. Yeah, we have not crossed the final hurdle of winning the title, but overall, I think Indian team is in very safe hands and in good direction they are heading.
That is good to hear that Indian team is in good hands and the future looks bright. Devang, this question is specifically for you. You've known Bengal cricket, the circuit over there. You must have seen Mukesh Kumar, the rise of Mukesh Kumar as well. Mukesh
Hmm.
Kumar was picked for the test matches in West Indies. He's specifically a red ball bowler. I was speaking to Srivats the other day. Even he said, he was expecting that Mukesh will get picked up in the red ball format, but not in the white ball format. But then Mukesh was also picked for the ODI squad. Not only the ODI squad, he was also picked for the T20I squad. Whereas I feel, and we are specifically talking about T20s over here, so I specifically feel Mohsin Khan has had a better season. The guy deserves a go over Mukesh Kumar in this format. What could have been the thought process behind, sticking with Mukesh Kumar for the T20s as well and not giving Mohsin Khan a go?
Are you purely going to select a player on the basis of performance, or there are situations where you have to look at whether this guy has the spark and has the ability to transform himself into a better T20 bowler, and who has branded him as a red ball bowler only. Right. So when I'll give you a couple of examples. When Bumrah burst into the scene, he was branded as a T20 player. But look what he's gone on to achieve as a test bowler. So it is, we in India start branding a particular player way too soon. I don't think that should be the case. And I'll also give you one more example. And this particular example is a matter of selection, right? So I shouldn't be sharing it, but just to give you an insight, right? When Shubman Gill was picked for India A, I think it was the year 2018, if my memory serves me right. He had got 100 and 150 in domestic cricket. And he was pitted against a guy from his own state who had got 750 runs. He had two double hundreds and a couple of 50s. But yet Shubman was preferred. Why? Because we all felt that he had the spark and he could make it into the next level. So sometimes you have to give it to the selectors. They have this eye for talent. That is what their job is. I mean, if you're purely going to select a player on the basis of performance, then you don't need selectors. You just need a set of computer and an analyst, and then you just pick the team. And everybody will have to wait. You can't just jump the gun because there is a thought process. There is a lot of thinking, which these five wise men do, and then they select a player. They could make a mistake at times, but you have to give the credit for what they are doing.
Devang, you have been in the selection process and all of that. There used to be times when the selectors were very open. They were giving clarification and all that about everything that was asked. Nowadays, that is not the case. Any specific reason? Is it social media and all the rise of the media world? What do you have to say about that? Because there used to be times when, even cricketers were very close to journalists and all that. That is no more the case now.
See that I'm not sure why those communications don't happen. I think this was a few years back. There always used to be a press conference. I think the PCs can start, so there is some clarity which you journalists are seeking. Will get whatever questions you have. You can ask the chairman, and I'm sure in future at some stage. BCCI will ensure that there is a good communication happening.
We have a World Cup coming up, Sunil, in roughly 3 months' time, and there is a massive dilemma over the wicketkeeper slot. There is Ishan Kishan, but again, if Ishan Kishan has to play as the wicketkeeper, then Shubman Gill or Rohit Sharma has to move out. That is not happening. KL Rahul, we are still uncertain about his fitness. Do you think it's high time that the team backs Sanju Samson to the hilt? This is the last question, and then we wrap up.
See, Sanju Samson is a marvelous cricketer. There is no doubt about that. And Sanju Samson is again in the Indian squad for the West Indies tour for the limited over cricket. You have to weigh your options. You have to weigh your options. If Ishan Kishan doesn't
We don't
perform
have
at
a lot
all,
of time, Sunil, to weigh options.
see, I think going with Sanju Samson is not a bad choice. He has plenty of experience, and what he brings to the table is could be really useful for the Indian team. Yes, I will go with the Sanju Samson as a first choice wicket keeper.
I'll stretch it a little further. I'll ask something to Devang over here. For example, Devang, KL is fit in time for the World Cup. He passes all the fitness tests and all that. But you have to understand he'll be scratchy. He has not played a lot of cricket over the last 6 months. In that case, would you select KL Rahul purely because of his previous records? Or would you actually back Sanju Samson, who's been on the road playing cricket regularly? We wrap up after this.
See, again, as I said, we still have a year left, and there is going to be a lot of cricket being played. And closer to the time, based on whoever is in good form, you pick him. I'm not saying that you pick KL Rahul based on his past performances. Actually, the form at that point in time is going to matter a lot, right? So selectors will get plenty of time. Even the players will get a fair run. And like for like choices, India will have three wicket keepers, and there will be enough.
Do you think selectors have been a little unfair with Sanju Samson, not giving him a long rope?
See, this is the time around where he will get a long rope and he has to grab his opportunities. There are times when you will not get a long rope because you had KL who was playing, you had Rishabh who was part of the team. So there will be one or two stray opportunities which you will get and you'll have to grab it. But now I think he will get a fair run. Selectors are going to give him a fair run and he needs to grab that opportunity.
We've got a lot of clarity and insight as to what may have been the thought process behind selecting the T20I team for the West Indies series. We also understood, that Sanju Samson could be given a long run, heading into the World Cup now that there is so much uncertainty over KL Rahul. Thank you so much for joining me in this session on India.com Cricket Country and sharing your thoughts. Stay tuned to this website for all the latest across sports. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ankit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so